Hi everyone and welcome along. Yet again I'm so inspired by the changing season. Spring has very much sprung and we're enjoying some gorgeous weather at home. And so today we're going to paint a sweet little wreath featuring two of my favourite things this time of year. Before the flowers have really burst forth, we've got some pussy willow, the lovely little fluffy buds, and also the willow catkins. Now, we have actually in my book, A Year of Watercolour, a really nice tutorial all about bare buds and branches, if I can find it, where you get a really nice in-depth tutorial of this kind of thing. And I thought what would be fun is whether you have the book or not, sometimes it's nice to have a film tutorial to just get you opening that book once again and thinking of creative ways in which you can adapt those tutorials to do things like wreaths just like this. So whether you have the book or not, and don't forget you can get signed copies of it in my Etsy shop or wintonpaperco.com store, grab your paints and let's get started. I feel so inspired by the season at the moment, and it's just another great opportunity to prompt me to paint things from A Year of Watercolour, because in A Year of Watercolour we have bare buds and first branches, which was a real breakthrough for me, painting how to do these lovely pussy willow, the fluffy bits. And so we're going to use that technique from the book and add in some sort of hanging catkins. So I've got a circle on my page and I'm just going to sort of draw in some extra branches to just sort of build on the circle. I'm going to have everything going. Am I going to have everything going around the same way? No, I'm not. I'm going to come up that way as well. So I'm still sort of sticking with the circle as my main sort of branch, but I'm just sort of coming off it here and there. And we're not worrying about sort of too much about where the branches begin. But what I want to do is have some opportunity to have some sort of hanging catkins. And then others will be the pussy willow branches. So it's going to be a little bit of a sort of flight of fancy when it comes to anatomical, botanical accuracy, but hey ho, that never stopped us in the past, did it? So I'm going to use the guide from the book that says get a bit of yellow ochre and Payne's grey mixed together. And that's going to be a nice grey. If I get a bit more Payne's grey in there, that's a lovely fuzzy soft grey that's going to be my pussy willow fuzzy bits. So I'm going to get some clean water, because what we need to do first is actually just wet the page a little bit where I'm going to have some of these fuzzy branches. So it's a bit difficult to see right now. There's a tiny bit of colour on this brush, which is actually quite helpful. And what I'm going to do with a size 0 brush, I'm going to take a dab of this and I'm just going to create little fuzzy fuzzes. Do you like my technical term? Wet on wet pussy willow dots, essentially, that are going to form the basis of my branches, the buds on the branch. And this is a really fun, sort of slightly experimental way to paint with watercolour. Just a little bit more interesting sometimes to use watercolour techniques and see what they can do for you, rather than having to sort of be the creator of all things when it comes to watercolour. Let the water be your friend. So that looks quite eerie at the moment, doesn't it? We're going to also place in a tiny bit of green gold just at the base of each of these. And you can see there's really not a huge amount of water going on here. It was just a little on the page to sort of wet those grey blobs. You don't want too much water because it will just travel so far, but that little bit of water, also on a warm day, just allowed those little dabs of the grey to just form some fuzzy dots that are going to be really lovely little pussy willow. And whilst we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to take some green gold and some yellow ochre again. And I'm going to paint in some of these hanging catkins just by mixing the two together. Using my size 0 brush on a sort of horizontal angle to paint in these sort of dashes of texture of these hanging catkins. Both of these are such a sign of early spring. I mean, I think we're very much in spring now, aren't we? And isn't it wonderful? I don't know if you can hear all the birds out the window, but they have been in full voice, which has been so wonderful. And Ant and I have been out in the garden so much, and that's been another lovely reminder of my book, A Year of Watercolour, because it has little stories of how we were spending this time. Because this was the time of year when it really, the idea for the book really started. You know, spring, the beginning of all new growth and new life. Perfect time to get inspired with a new project, and maybe for you that's watercolour, and that would be very cool. So I'm also just going to place in, even though if we haven't got any pencil yet, I want to place in a few more hanging catkins just for the composition. Actually, I like it like that. I think that's really nice. So we'll just let that dry and then we will do the next stage. I'm going to start painting the branches, and I'm going to use a combination of raw umber and some burnt sienna, and I've also mixed up a conventional shadow mix of Payne's Grey and burnt sienna. I'll start with some raw umber, and I've got a size 0 brush. And my plan is for this to be quite a gnarly, knobbly branch. And there's going to be plenty of new growth on it. Whenever I come across a sort of a fuzz, I'm going to, whoops, that was close. I'm going to go down a size. I feel like I want a bit more control. Whenever I come across a little bud like this, I'm going to place a little sort of teardrop sepal there, and just place in a little bit of shadow mix, and then just carefully sort of paint my branch so it sort of goes around those little buds, and suddenly it's gone from looking a bit peculiar to looking rather like a pussy willow branch, just in a sort of fairly cleverly simple watercolour style. And then there might be some branches that haven't got any pussy willow on them, but they might have some little catkin buds, which we'll just use the green gold yellow ochre mix to place in some of those. So just work your way round, transitioning your way between the two plants. And we're going to make a gorgeous springtime wreath. You'll find as you go round that you might want to add in extra bits and pieces, as I just did with a few extra catkins there. So that's looking really nice, but we can do a little bit more just to make things just a tiny bit clearer, because it is a bit of a different kind of technique to do the fuzzy buds like that. So I'm just adding a bit more sap green to this mix here. And the first thing I'm going to do is just add a little accent of this green as a little low light, not to the entire catkin, but it just gives it a bit more definition and helps with the sort of slight more three-dimensional effect. And then you can also use it to define just a little bit more clearly that little bit of green sepal that we see. We've got that, you can see that bit of green gold you placed in, but this is the point where we can just make things a bit clearer. So it's just an extra little stroke in there. And also on some of the buds that haven't quite opened up yet. And then lastly, although I'm reluctant to do too much on the pussy willow buds because I love the technique, and I think it's I love when you can just sort of let watercolour be expressive and we're not doing something that's 100% accurate. We're evoking a feeling with our watercolour. We don't need to be perfect all the time, but if we want, just remix that, because it can separate. Getting a very sort of faint little bit, and you could just create a faint fuzzy little edge here and there, but I don't want, no, you can do what you want, honestly. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I clearly would love to encourage you not to put too much in, because I just think there's something really gorgeous about this technique, as I keep saying. And if you want to sort of see it in more sort of detail, you can see in the book exactly sort of how we do it in A Year of Watercolour. But I'll just add in this last little bit and then we can see what we've got at the end. And there you have the finished wreath. I think it looks so pretty, and once you've rubbed out all the pencil as well, it really sings. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget you can get signed copies of my book A Year of Watercolour in my Etsy shop and on my online shop on wintonpaperco.com. And it's just so full of lovely seasonal projects, animals, plants, insects, and a few little recipes and anecdotes and fun little tales from my time going on walks and just observing nature. It's good for the soul, both painting and spending time in nature, so I can't recommend it highly enough. But of course, thank you so much for watching with us today. We've got so many more nature-inspired tutorials on the channel that are all there for you for free, so dive in and see what you like. But don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!